Hey guys, good morning, good afternoon, or good evening. I'm here to talk to you guys about My Hero Academia, which is on chapter 372. So if anything else, let's just get this started. We get to see a flashback where Shoji and Koda ask All Might and Aizawa that they just be dispatched at Central Hospital because all the mutants are there, and then call to action kind of thing. Even Koda wishes to go with Shoji as well, just for backup here and there because of what can come. And we have to it that Shoji says, if I don't do this, I will never be called a hero. And we have to it, Aizawa decides to let them, and he said and tells President Mike how things are not easy to fool the enemy. And therefore Aizawa asks President Mike to help out the kids as best they can. And even President Mike knows that every generation Quirk's always been getting stronger and stronger, but so has these kids. And we see to it that and we get to see Koda's transformation, which apparently is something that actually amplifies his power and not his actual strength. It's kind of confusing. We get to know that his mother tells Koda when he's having another sibling, coming up, that when you grow horns, these horns allows our feelings to reach the animals even they are very far away. Your father, who actually protected me the way I look, tell him, hey, don't you dare insult these horns. They're very important, what's your problem, kind of thing. And therefore tells Koji to follow his father's footsteps, And we see to it that that Shoji will later on land a powerful blow of Octo expansion on Spinner, while Koda ends up using a bunch of birds to take out the guy who makes a speech, etc. Which I thought was pretty cool. We get to see that that Shoji asks Spinner, what is it that you want to use your body for, her? The giant body and those scales and so forth. And he asks everyone else too. Don't give in to your hatred. Don't give in to your wounds, because your children that you make in the next generation era will become the next target. And we have to it that we have to it that Shoji tells everyone not to allow revenge to consume you, because it will only bring more hatred. However, Spinner screams out loud, hatred will never disappear. If the heroes win, nothing will change. And call to action. Even if we hide in the shadows, people will freaking spray us with freaking pesticide and throw us away still. If they attack, we have to attack back. My comrades, raise your voices and follow me, please. And we have to it that Spinner continues to go to the hospital and jumps towards it, and goes on a rampage. And we see to it that that Spinner crashes through the hospital with the powers he has left, and then he remembers All For One telling him these words: if Kuragi has to be at the research tower, play a recording of mine or Tomura's voice, and he will, because Kuragi has the power to end this war, kind of thing, And we have to it that All For One tells Spinner that you will become a hero for Tomura's sake, And we see a lot of the rioters, the mutant rioters, end up seeing a lot of people protecting a certain location. They realize what they are doing, and they end up dropping the weapons and possibly stop. Spinner, in his mind, thinks that he's always been a nobody, but Shigaraki, look how many people are following me. But the sad thing is, they gave up following Spinner after hearing Shoji's words and realizing there's a lot of innocent people and hospital doctors working together to protect patients and possibly what's behind the door or tower, And it's really sad because Spinner had a lot of followers follow him because he was a heteromorph, And he has always been pushed away from discrimination. And now look what happened. They don't follow him. He freaking says, hey, look how much people are following me, but no one's behind him, which is pretty sad pretty sad, Because if we know a little bit about Spinner, let's go back a little far back about what Spinner was like, He was always a shut-in because of what he looked like, and then he found a motivation of staying and joins the League of Villains, and then he always had this development of how he started off that narration of his in in the manga, which I don't know why the anime decided to omit that, because that is a very important start or play of where the League of Villains started, that kind of thing. You guys get the point, and I can understand why a lot of people hated season 5, because it was never adapted right, or it lost a lot of quality, which is very understandable. I even agree on that, etc. But still love the season despite that, but I wish it could have been better, you know? But yeah, speaking of Spinner, like I said, being off topic, I apologize, and going back and forth being like an idiot and not talking about the chapter, forgive me. Spinner, he says, like, thinking in his mind, hey, Shigaraki, look, people are following me, but sad thing is, no one's following him, and it's really devastating because, like, Spinner thought he was going to be somebody, but now he's possibly going back to square one or zero, or from the starting line, that they can't do this no more, you know? But as the chapter continues on, we have to it that, like, President Mike tells Spinner that Shoji's voice has reached your riders, and you know what? Kurogiri would not be a trump card. And we have to it that, like, Spinner and President Mike shout out their to like the Nomu, Kurogiri, and Shirakumo, and we don't really know who's gonna answer to who, which is really sad here and there, because we honestly, if Kurogiri wakes up and actually teams up with Spinner and all that, it will really end everything, because we all know how strong Kurogiri is. We get to also know that he's a high perfect Nomu, etc. The guy who could talk and who could teleport people or warp people around, which is very powerful and very strong, you know, all things considered. And knowing that, like, if Kurogiri responds to Spinner, which Spinner's supposed to play the voice of Shigaraki, or like a recording of All For One, which he does lack and doesn't have right now, we don't really know, because we won't find out till maybe next chapter, because next week Hero Academia will be on break, which is okay, because I'm pretty sure a lot of manga authors needs to have their break now and then, knowing that they are being pushed to the limit and it's really exhausting them physically and mentally. That aside. Anyways, I thought this chapter was really cool. I'm looking forward to, like, next chapter, which won't happen until the after next week, you know. So yeah. Anyways, hopefully, like, things were looking good. But anyways, this chapter right here was actually pretty nice, you know. Although, like, you know, talk no jutsu with Shoji telling everyone you gotta stop this, you know, because it's only gonna make things worse from here on out. And the next era of children and generation of your kids will be targeted next because of what you guys did, and so forth. Pretty much, Shoji pretty much talked down Spinner's followers. Spinner thinking in his mind, hey, look at how many people are following me, and no one's following him, which is really, really sad, because they realize that this possibly will not make anything better, considering that they see the doctors of both heteromorphs and humans are working together to try to, like, protect the patients and all that, you know. Looking forward to, like, how this goes out. But one thing's for certain is that, like, whoever Kurogiri is going to respond to, one thing's for certain is that it really could possibly end the war, and it can make things much worse, because once Shigaraki gets his quirks back and Deku and Shigaraki are separated, it's going to be hell for everybody. And you gotta be in the vision of Aizawa himself or Monoma in order to, like, have their quirks erased from them. So I don't know how this is gonna turn out, but I'm pretty sure Horikoshi does not plan to make this any easy, because, you know, there's no way Izuku's not gonna fight Shigaraki at full force 100% without his quirks. He has to do that, because I don't like an anticlimactic battle, which is really not put into a lot of effort and been lazy writing whatsoever. Although I am expecting eventually, if Izuku does win against Shigaraki with 100% of his power and with quirks, I expect Izuku to die or take him down with him eventually. We don't know. But one thing's for certain is that this will not be easy for anybody. So looking forward to see how next chapter will go. So until then, people, I'll see you guys in the next video. I'm Alpha Zero. Have a good day. I'll see you guys next time. Alright? Peace out. Bye-bye. Ta-da!